Today we're going through how to play in your Outsiders pre-release event. Outsiders is looking like one of the best limited sets ever for Flesh and Blood, so you won't want to miss it. Flesh and Blood pre-release events are in the sealed format, which means at the beginning of the event you will receive 6 packs to open, and from those you will build a 30 card deck to play with. As you're opening your packs, start by sorting your cards by class, which can be found at the bottom text box for each card. There are 3 classes: Assassin, Ninja, and Ranger, along with dual class cards and generics. You can also set your equipment aside, as well as any Majestics or Legendaries that you open. You will have a limited amount of time to build your deck, so it's often better to sort quickly and then spend more time reading your cards after they are sorted. Now that you have everything sorted, it's time to choose your hero. In Outsiders, there are 6 heroes distributed across 3 classes to choose from. As you review your pool of cards, you will look for the highest density of cards that are powerful, but also synergize together with one of the heroes. While your deck won't be anywhere near to a classic constructed deck in terms of consistency, the more consistency you have, the better. Each hero and their weapons are token cards, which means that you don't need to open them in your packs to play with them. They will always be available to you. Starting with Arachne's Solitary Confinement, his ability text reads, "Your first attack with stealth each turn has go again." The second hero, Uzuri, reads, "Once per turn, attack reaction. Banish a card from your hand face down. Turn the card banished this way face up. If it's an attack action card with cost 2 or less, put target attacking card with stealth from the active chain link on the bottom of its owner's deck. Then, put the banished card onto the active chain link as the attacking card." That's a mouthful, so let's simplify it. If you are attacking your opponent with a card with the stealth keyword, you can banish another card from your hand. If that card is an attack action that costs 2 or less, you can then replace the attack that you have, placing the original card at the bottom of your deck. For weapons, your assassins can use Spider's Bite, once per turn action, 2 resources attack, go again. Has piercing 1, and when this hits a hero, the next time they defend with 1 or more attack action cards this turn, those cards have -1 while defending. As you can see with both heroes' abilities, having cards with the stealth keyword is important. Arachne being able to give his first attack action with stealth, go again, allowing you to follow up with a second attack. And again with Uzuri, stealth cards give you the ability to use her attack reaction to replace those stealth cards with more powerful attacks from your hand with on-hit effects. Blue pitch cards are particularly important for Assassin, as you need extra resources so that you can attack with your Spider Bites prior to playing your stealth attack action cards. Spider's Bite ability makes it more difficult for your opponent to defend your cards, which often have on-hit effects. These on-hit effects are very powerful. Attack reaction cards can be key for both Arachne and Uzuri, as they help you trigger those on-hit effects. For Ninja, our first hero is Benji, the Piercing Wind. Your attack action cards with 2 or less attack can't be defended by cards from hand. The first time an attack action card you control hits each turn, your next attack gains +1. It's important to note with Benji too, he only starts with 17 life, which is lower than the normal 20. Next we have Katsu. His ability reads, "The first time an attack action card you control hits each turn, you may discard a card with cost 0. If you do, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this turn." And their weapons are the loved Harmonized Kodachis, once per turn action, 1 resource attack. If you have a card in your pitch zone with cost 0, Harmonized Kodachi has go again. Having cards that cost 0 in your deck is important, particularly blue cards, so that you can pitch, giving your Kodachis go again, as well as 3 resources to attack with both Kodachis and have an extra resource for your next attack. Katsu's ability also requires 0 cost cards for you to discard in order to search for combo cards in your deck. Blue pitch attack cards that normally are not super exciting due to their low attack are extra valuable, as they provide the resources for Kodachis, combo search, and are great cards to defend with when they have 3 defense. Most Ninja cards only defend for 2, so blue 0 cost 3 defense cards are definitely worth being in your deck. In addition, Benji's ability allows these lower attack cards that you've pitched earlier to become unblockable threats as you try to finish off your opponent's last points of health. With Ninja, it is fun to get your combos going, but based on the amount of cards that you get from a limited sealed pool, the chances of super long, complicated combos isn't that likely. So play the ones you have and don't stress that you can't do all of them. For example, this pool had 2 red Descendant Gust Waves, but no Surging Strikes. Keep your eyes out then for the cards that let you change the name on the card so that you can build your combo chains. Azalea's ability can be tricky and limited as your deck includes many non-arrow cards, and there are few ways of looking at the top of your deck. You might not get Dominate consistently, but you won't have any cards stuck in your arsenal for too long. There are some ways to look at the top of your deck, like Scout the Periphery. When you are able to get that arrow off the top of your deck, Azalea's Quiver Crow's Nest will allow you to get an aim counter on it. Crow's Nest reads Azalea's specialization. Whenever an arrow is put face up into your arsenal from your deck, you may pay 1 resource. If you do, put an aim counter on it. Taking a look at Riptide or other ranger hero, whenever you play a card from hand, you may put a card from hand face down into your arsenal. Whenever a trap you control triggers, deal 1 damage to the attacking hero. Riptide's first ability allows you to easily fill your arsenal slot. A common play pattern is to play a non-attack action that pumps your next arrow. You then use Riptide's first ability to put an arrow from your hand into your arsenal and attack. Here, the Ranger's Bow Barbed Castaway might come in handy. Barbed Castaway says, once per turn instant, 1 resource. You may put an arrow card from your hand face up into your arsenal. Its second ability, once per turn instant, 1 resource, you may turn a face down arrow in your arsenal face up. If you do, put an aim counter on it. Going off our previous example, you've played a non-attack action that pumps your arrow. You've then, using Riptide's first ability, put that arrow into your arsenal. Now you use Barbed Castaway's second ability to flip the arrow over and put an aim counter on it before you shoot. Aim counters are powerful as many arrows gain bonuses from them. Though it costs an extra resource for the aim counter, in sealed play there are many times when you have an extra resource and spending it on an aim counter is much better than watching it disappear into nothing at the end of your turn. You can compare the 1 cost of the aim counter to the 1 cost of a Kodachi attack. Riptide also has access to Driftwood Quiver. This is a Riptide specialization instant, destroy Driftwood Quiver, put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck. While you'll only get to use this card once a game, it might be at a key moment when you need to remove a card that is stuck in your arsenal. As you consider playing Ranger, look for high-powered red attack actions and buffs. You will usually only have 1 attack each turn since most of your Ranger attacks do not have Go Again. A pool of mostly yellow attacks probably won't get you over the finish line. Traps also are a lot of fun, but it will be common to get pools that don't have very many of them. This pool only had 2. If you do get a few, they work really well for both of Riptide's abilities. Playing a trap counts as playing a card and lets you arsenal big attacks like Death Touch. And if your trap triggers, you get to hit your opponent for 1 damage. Traps only trigger if the effect on the card is triggered. For example, Tar Pit Trap needs to defend an attack with Go Again to trigger. As you are choosing your hero, consider your Majestics, but remember that 1 amazing Majestic doesn't make up for an overall low quality class card pool. You need to build a 30 card deck minimum, but you can have more. A few extra cards can help you from being fatigued out and make your card cutting decision process a little easier. Just don't throw in cards that are bad in the name of fighting fatigue. Of course, make sure to check your equipment. Think of each one with a defense value as an extra life for your hero. Some of the common equipment have better abilities than others, and while these can add great value, go for the best class card pool you have, even if that means you have to use 1 or 2 less equipment. In Outsiders, there are 4 tokens that you'll want to know. 3 of them are new, the first one being Blood Rot Pox. At the beginning of your end phase, destroy Blood Rot Pox, then it deals 2 damage to you unless they pay 3. Frailty, your attack action cards played from arsenal and weapon attacks have -1. At the beginning of your end phase, destroy Frailty. Inertia, at the beginning of your end phase, destroy Inertia, then put all cards from your hand and arsenal on the bottom of your deck. Those 3 tokens are all auras that you put on your opponent, usually as on-hit effects or triggered abilities on cards. In general, Blood Rot Pox is always a good choice among them. If you aren't sure which one to choose, just go for Blood Rot Pox. And then the final token we have in this set is ponder at the beginning of your end phase, destroy ponder, and draw a card. At the end of the day, the goal of a pre-release is to have fun with a new set. So don't stress too much about picking the perfect hero from the perfect pool. If there is one you're super excited about trying and you have enough cards to pull it off, go for it. On the flip side, if you really don't have quite enough cards to make the hero you were super excited for work, you'll probably have more fun playing a different one that has enough support. Thank you for watching. I hope you're as excited about Outsiders pre-release as I am. I hope you get some great pulls. Come back here, let me know in the comments how it went for you. It won't be very long before Outsiders Master Set Madness commences, so make sure you've subscribed so you can come back. We're going to be opening a ton of packs on this channel of Outsiders. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing you there. We'll talk to you next time. Peace.